It's a decision that we've had to take. Like I said, I'm always going to turn up to have the conversation with you. There's an opportunity to ask questions afterwards, and it might be better.
Labor's Environment Secretary, Steve Reed, faced a harsh reality check from outraged farmers at the National Farmers Union NFU conference. As he stepped onto the stage, the atmosphere was tense. Delegates greeted him with an icy silence instead of the usual applause. Introduced by NFU President Tom Bradshaw, Reed quickly realized the depth of frustration in the room. The reason? Labor's controversial proposal to scrap the inheritance tax exemption for farmers, a move many warn will devastate family-run farms and push them to the brink of collapse. Farmers are making their voices heard, and Reed had no choice but to confront their anger head-on. In today's video, we capture the moment he is challenged by furious farmers. But before we dive in, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Ahead of the Steve Reed taking to the stage, NFU President Tom Bradshaw takes aim at Labor's unbearable and unacceptable inheritance tax rate during the union's conference in London. Take a look at this.
Taken away because often the landlord is better off taking that land back in hand. I worry about former tenant farmers too, people who have scraped everything together, risked it all to finally buy their farm. Now they face a tax bill they cannot pay. I worry about the next generation, like Henry, whose entire future in the industry is now in question. But most of all, I fear for the elderly farmers. I think of the grandson who wrote to me about his 94-year-old grandfather. This isn't just money. This is blood, sweat, and tears. The farm was their life's work. But as they've grown older, the farm has also become their pension, because that's what they were told to do. On the 30th of October, that all changed, with no warning, and the mental health pressures on our industry today are unbearable and unacceptable. As difficult as this is for me to say and you to hear, many older farmers are now facing that very real dilemma that unless they die before April 2026, their families will face a family farm tax bill they simply cannot afford to pay. What a cruel position to put elderly people in, by no way of warning, by way of a broken promise. Government, you must correct this urgently.
Steve Reed finally was forced to speak to farmers, following avoiding them and not attending debates with regard to them. Here is the moment furious farmers confronted him.
I can't give the answer I know many of you want on inheritance tax, but I want you to know that I understand the strength of feeling in the room and in the sector. We can see an example of that right in front of me now. And I am sorry, it's a decision that we've had to take. Like I said, I'm always going to turn up to have the conversation with you. There's an opportunity to ask questions afterwards, and it might be better.
What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more British content.